today I'm going to share with you the most sordid recipe that's ever crossed my path. It's a family recipe for Christmas fudge. This particular recipe was a hotly guarded secret by my paternal grandmother, an amazing cook, very methodical, would make a recipe over and over again until she perfected it, and then she'd guard it with her life. So the recipe of hers that she ended up giving me towards the end of her life, I'm not going to share because that was her secret and she was very proud of that. But I will share with you today the recipe that has been inspired by her recipe. The one that I make is very similar in technique, similar in ingredients, but radically different in ratio. And the outcome is quite a bit different. The original recipe had about a 20% failure rate. So one in every 5 or 6 batches, it would crystallize and be terrible. So I've modified it quite a bit, understanding the basic principles of working with sugar and candy making. I've changed the recipe so that the ratio of sugar is more stable and the way it's integrated will melt every time and you'll not have a problem with the crystallization. I no longer make the original family recipe. I make this recipe. So this is what I do. Okay, so what I have going on here, I have a pot with sugar in it. I'm going to add to that sugar cream and marshmallows. So this is a batch of marshmallows that went a little awry. It didn't puff up quite like I wanted. So I'm using this for my fudge. Regular marshmallows will work. I also have a baking mold lined with plastic wrap and filled halfway up the sides with walnuts. I like walnuts in my fudge, so that's what I'm using. You can use whatever you'd like or leave the nuts out. I use a rubber scraper when I'm making candy because you don't want sugar granules, sugar crystals on the side of the pan. So this is a really nice tool to be able to scrape all of those down as it comes to a boil. After a few minutes, you're going to notice your mixture is beginning to boil. You'll start to see little bubbles and then a pretty rapid boil. You want to wait and set your timer until you cannot stir the bubbles out anymore. So it's boiling pretty good right now and I'm not able to stir these bubbles down. So set your timer to 6 minutes and continue stirring the whole time. You want to evaporate off a lot of the liquid in here, but you don't want the mixture to burn. And it's with all of this cream and sugar, it's really, it really has a tendency to burn. Transfer your boiling mixture into the bowl of your stand mixer that contains the butter, vanilla, and chocolate. Turn your mixer on low. Once it starts to come together, just slowly ratchet your mixer up. Stop and scrape down the edges. At this point, your fudge will be slightly cooled and ready to pour over your bed of nuts if you so choose. This sets up quickly, so you want to make sure you get it from the mixer to your pan in a timely manner and get it spread out before the top starts to set. Otherwise you'll create a cracky top. And then I just give it a nice little swirl. Your fudge will need 24 hours in a cold refrigerator to set up. So you're gonna love, 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 love this recipe. But be careful. It's one of those things I only make at Christmas time, and rightfully so. Store it in the refrigerator because it has such a high proportion of butter. It doesn't do well at room temperature, and it's even nicer when it's cold. So store it in the refrigerator, and it should keep for about a month. I just wrap it in plastic wrap, and when I serve it in big chunks with a knife, just like cheese, and people can just slice off however much or little they want. To unmold your fudge, just cut along the outer edge. And because I've left the plastic wrap to overlap on these sides, I shouldn't have to cut on those sides. And pop it out. Make sure that you've accounted for all of your plastic. Don't want to leave bits inside. And if you rinse your knife off in between every cut, then you have a really nice perfect edge, and you don't get like all of this gooey residue in your on the top of your fudge. And this is going to be for gifts, so I'm going to leave these in big slabs. So enjoy this and have a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas, and thank you for being here.